guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video isn't necessarily makeup related, but it is kind of beauty YouTube related, and I kind of really wanted to make this video because, as you guys know, I have been upgrading a lot of my equipment here so that I can make better videos for you, better content, and with that comes lenses. Probably the most important thing besides lights is lenses, and I really couldn't decide which lens would be a good lens for me specifically as a beauty YouTuber. I know there's a lot of lenses like the Sigma ones, some of the Canon ones that are very popular here for beauty YouTubers. But when I was going and kind of clicking on videos and researching YouTube videos on the best lens, those videos were typically made by people that don't do beauty videos, that need close-ups, that need to show true colors and whatnot. So because of that, I ended up buying 3 lenses. Boom, boom, boom. 3 lenses to test out and to try myself, to figure out which lens would be the best for what I wanted for being a beauty YouTuber, where I wasn't just interviewing, just filming, just taking pictures, where I was actually doing beauty videos and beauty pictures. So because I have all 3 lenses here, I thought, hey, why not share with you guys my thoughts, because I've pretty much decided on the lens, and I would tell you guys which lens I think is best for a beauty YouTuber after trying these out, and I'm going to show you how I look in these different lenses as well. That's what we're doing today. I'm guessing you're here because you're a beauty YouTuber or you like watching beauty videos. So if that's the case, then subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell so you're notified. I upload every Wednesday, Friday, and I love making makeup videos that you would love. So make sure that you subscribe to my channel. And hi, welcome. What's up? Okay, so the 3 lenses that I have is, first, the one that I'm filming on is the Canon Ef 70 to 200 millimeters. I have here the Sigma 18 to 35 millimeter lens, looks like this, and then I have the Tamron 24 to 70 millimeter lens. So as a beauty YouTuber, there's a few things that you really want in your lens. So first off, you want a lens that's really going to show true to color, so that when your viewers are watching, your YouTube friends are watching on the other side of the camera, they can really see the colors as true to what they actually are, so that the eyeshadow color that I'm looking at is what you guys are looking at. The foundation shade that I'm looking at is what you guys see as well. 2 is you want to look really crisp. Really crisp, really lifelike, something that is going to be really focused and beautiful, and that's going to diffuse the background so that you can be in focus and there's no distractions. Especially if you're someone that doesn't want to do a lot in the background, you want it to be blurry back there so you can't see anything anyways. 3, you want to have a camera that will look really good in close shots, in close up, that you can do really good close up type of pictures, portrait type of pictures of yourself. So you don't really care about if it's a really good camera lens for a landscape, for example, because you want something to be really good and really nice for taking portraits, taking pictures of yourself and your makeup. Now, for me, I needed one more thing that sometimes other YouTubers don't really care about, but I really do, is zoom. I wanted to be able to zoom so that whenever I do tutorials, I didn't have to bring the camera back and forth. I could just zoom and really show you my eye look, because I feel like my favorite videos to watch, if I'm watching a tutorial, I want to see what she's doing. So I want to be able to actually see the eye. If I'm watching a review, I want the concealer, I want to be able to actually see what her under eyes look like. So for me, it was really important to have a zoom feature on the lens. And oftentimes you'll find out there that other beauty YouTubers, their lens that they're using, they don't really zoom. So like this Sigma 35 millimeter, that one doesn't zoom, so they have it really far out, and then if they need it to be closer, they have to bring the camera itself in closer. I don't want to have to be moving my camera back and forth. So those are the 4 things that were really important to me, and then if you film for beauty, that might be really important for you as well. So I grabbed the 3 best lenses that do zoom that I felt like would be good for a YouTube video like this. I think all of these lenses are really nice. They all have different price points. So the lens that I'm shooting on right now is the Canon Ef 70 to 200 millimeters with an f-stop of 2.8, which means that it gives me a good blurriness back there. And this one cost $1,129 on Amazon. You can get all these lenses on Amazon. I will link them below, which is pretty dang pricey. But my kind of thing is, if I'm gonna get a lens, I don't want to get a lens now and then switch it out in a couple of years for like the better one. I'd rather get the best thing now so that all those years I'm not wasting time with a lens that costs $600 and then in a couple of years buy something that costs $1,000 and then I ended up paying $1,600 rather than paying $1,000 from the beginning. You know what I mean? It was more of an investment for me, especially since I've been doing this for kind of a while here. Then I have here the Sigma 18 to 35 millimeter lens with an f-stop of 1.8, which is the lowest f-stop that we have here. Again, to give you a really nice blurry background. And this one cost $629. So this is one that's a little bit more common for the zoom one here on YouTube because it's much cheaper than these other ones. Then we have the Tamron, which is a 24 to 70 millimeter lens with an f-stop of 2.8, which is the same f-stop as the one that I'm filming on right now. And this one costs $849 on Amazon. Again, I'll link all of these down below. Now, the reason that I got Tamron, if you haven't heard of Tamron, they're kind of an up-and-coming brand, and doing my research, looking up different videos of all different kinds of lenses, this lens looked super beautiful, super crispy, and I've seen lens comparisons with this one and the Sigma one before I decided to buy this one. So definitely check out those videos, like a video comparison of these two with the Sigma one. I definitely suggest that because you can definitely tell a difference. I felt like this one, the color is more vibrant and looked really beautiful compared to that one. Okay, so let's talk about these three lenses, and let's start with my least favorite lens, which is this one right here. I'm gonna show you a video clip of me doing a video with this lens, which didn't look bad. I felt like this lens was very, very warm. This lens had almost a very orange, not orangey, but a very warm look to it. This one here is the Sigma 18 to 35 millimeter. Now, I felt like the Sigma didn't look as beautiful. Like the person didn't look as crisp as these two other lenses. And I felt like this was just like blah. Like this honestly looked like, to me anyways, I felt like it looked as good as my Canon. Oh, just in case you're wondering, I'm filming on the Canon T5i. So I felt like the Canon T5i, the lens that comes with that camera, I felt like looked the same as this lens right here, except this lens gave me a blurry background. I didn't think this wasn't impressive, especially since I had these two other lenses to compare it to. I was not impressed with this. Now, if I didn't have those other two lenses, I would have been like, yeah, wow, this is awesome. It blurs out my background. Wow, this looks great. But when compared to these two, no, this is not the best. This is my least favorite. I didn't like it at all. And I didn't feel like this zoomed in enough to give me a really beautiful, like, zoom in on my eyes where you can really see what I'm doing. This didn't zoom in quite enough for me at all. And also when this one autofocuses, it is not a silent autofocus. So you could definitely hear it. So if you were getting this for the autofocus, for the zoom feature, I don't think the zoom was all that good. And this particular one, I had the camera super close. Like I have a small table in front of me and this camera was literally up against that table trying to get a close shot of like my face for whenever I shoot tutorials. So yeah, this one was not my favorite. I don't think this one is the best, but if you don't care about being really close zoomed in and you just want something that looks kind of blurred in the background, you look like a crisp person and you just wanted to zoom a little bit but you don't need to get really close up to your face, then this one might be for you because it is only $649. So just putting that out there. Okay, this next one is the Tamron Lens. So this one, honestly, I had a hard time picking between this one and that one because the one that I'm filming on right now and this one both look so vibrant, so crisp, so beautiful. You can zoom in, but again, this one doesn't zoom in as much as the one that I'm filming on right now. This one, I feel like, again, I could have it closer. So if you're someone that has the mic on top of your camera, this one would be a good one for you because you don't have to have this one so far away. I know with some of the other Sigma lenses that do not zoom in, people complain, a lot of people complain because they have to have their camera so far away. This one, you don't have to have your camera far away. You can have your camera close. So if you are in a so if you are in a small space, this one might be for you. It is $200 more expensive than the Sigma one, but I feel like it's totally worth it because you can see a big difference between these two. So I'll share the clip of the video where I'm filming with this particular lens. It is really beautiful. This one filmed too warm and shows colors very true to color, very vibrant, very gorgeous, and still gives you that blurry background. The other good thing about this one, this Tamron one, is that it has a silent autofocus. So silent.
So that whatever day it is, all the appointments go to that person, regardless. At the end of the day, saying, hey, did you get those proposals submitted once?
Focus, so silent. So if you want something to autofocus, if you like filming in autofocus, this is the lens for you, baby, because it is silent. It is awesome. But again, this one doesn't get as close to my eye as I want. I really wanted something that was versatile, that was close. So this one's beautiful. It takes beautiful pictures, takes beautiful selfie pictures for Instagram, looks beautiful, it's crisp, zooms, silent autofocus, seems like the whole package, doesn't it? But for me, I wanted something that really gave me close shots of my eye. So I didn't end up picking this one, but this one is a very, very, very good one. So let me switch out my lens now so you guys can kind of see this one on there, and I'll show you the lens that I'm working on right now. Okay, so I'm shooting on my Tamron lens, and all in all, I think the Tamron lens is really, really beautiful. Again, you don't have to mess with the mic, you don't have to mess with the distance, you can be close up, you can zoom really far away, but zoom close, pretty close in. So here's how far I am from the Tamron lens. I can have the Tamron lens pretty close. I can even put it all the way up really close. Watch. So now I moved up the lens up all the way up close to my table, and when I have it like this, I can definitely put my mic up here and how it sound really good. And you can see how I still have a lot of space next to me, like it's pretty wide, and I can zoom in this far and zoom out even farther so you can see my whole back wall there. And it's really close to me. So if you want something that has like really wide, or if you have two people in front of the camera, this one would be good for that. And the colors look really nice. Everything looks really nice on this lens. Now, this is the lens I chose to keep, and this is the lens that I really like. This is a really hefty lens. Again, this cost $1,000, $1,130, about there. This is the 75 to 200 millimeter with an f-stop of 2.8, and it's pretty freaking heavy and hefty, but I love this so much. Whether you're taking pictures or whether you're taking video, this just looks so crispy, so 3D, so real. Everything looks nice. The colors look so beautiful and so nice. This is the lens that they use like on football fields to take pictures of the players, or to take pictures of like animals in the safari that are really far away. This is meant to be used for something that's really far away. So with that comes a couple of downsides, but I felt like how beautiful it looked and how great the zoom was that I kind of live with those downsides. So the first downside is you do have to have this far away whenever it's zoomed out the most. So when you guys were watching me film earlier in this video, I was zoomed out as far as I possibly could zoom out with this baby. And you could see that I was literally, this is what you could see, me. Like this. I would not be able to fit another person here, and it was pretty much like 3 arms distance away from me. But when I zoom this in, it will zoom in that far away it will zoom in like to my eye. Like it has an amazing zoom, so I felt like I could live with that distance because I have the space for it to be able to zoom in as much as I want and be able to still give me this distance right here where you can see like me in the screen. This is really good for me. Okay, so you can kind of see how far away I have my Canon lens from where I sit over there. Sorry, from over there. See how far away I have to have it? And because I'm so far away, I don't put my mic on top of there because it gives me an echo. So I put my mic, have to have my mic here. So if you don't really care about that, this is definitely a good option. So this is it zoomed out as far as possible. You can see zoomed out as far as possible. Now I'm going to zoom you guys in really close to it so you can see how it looks. Zoomed in as close as possible. So sitting this far away, and don't forget, I'm like an arm's length away from my actual table. This is how close you guys can see every crevice, everything. And this is me up at my table, and you can see how close it zooms in. I can zoom in closer, like I can move my, if I wanted to have my camera in closer so that it can really get my eyes, but this is me like on my table. I move my camera in about a foot so you guys can see how it looks right up in my eyes, which is exactly what I wanted. Me. Also, I love the blurriness this gives me. This gives me hardcore professional blur, and it looks so good. I mean, you guys tell me all the time you love how it looks. And also, it's not too warm, it's not too cool, it's like perfect. It's just really, really nice. The Sigma one, the color that it gives you is really cool. The Tamron one is a little bit more warm, and this one's the perfect right in the middle as far as like warmth and cool. Of course, you can do the custom white balance, which I do every time, but I feel like the Tamron tends to be a little bit warmer and the Sigma one tends to be a little bit cooler, and this one's like the perfect right in the middle one. The other downside of this lens is that the autofocus is super loud, like super loud. It's really loud. So I always have it on manual, which is fine. I've been doing that for years and I don't mind that. That way I know it's not focusing all the time. I like it just to not focus and just to be there. Also, this is a little bit heavier, you guys. This is a hefty freaking lens, but oh my gosh, it looks gorgeous. I even use this to take pictures of my family, but I have to put the camera super far away to get everybody in the picture, but it's totally worth it because the pictures are so gorgeous. I'm not even kidding, like beautiful pictures. So I love this lens. I personally think that this one is one of the best to film in with a beauty video, or the Tamron one is the best because they both give you a blurry background. They both make you look really true to color, really beautiful. The Tamron one's a little warm, but still very gorgeous. And the last kind of con for this is if I'm doing swatches, I have to do swatches kind of far away. I can't get all the way up close to the camera. With my other regular Canon lens, I would be close, like pretty much the lens was here. I would get close here to do my swatches. Sorry, can you even see that? Close here to do my swatches. You don't have to do that with this lens. I can be sitting here and showing you swatches like this, and it will be zoomed in right at my swatches, showing you, which is kind of nice if you think about it, because then I can just swatch right here and kind of do this. But if you're someone that's used to and you want to be up close to the camera, this one is not going to let you do that because this is way too close for that. You'll be looking at a freckle is what you'll be looking at. I absolutely 100% love this lens and I definitely recommend it. But if you don't want to spend all that money, you can definitely get the Tamron lens and get a really good quality video. I hope that this lens video was kind of helpful. I thought that I might as well share it with you guys since I do have all the lenses here right now, and hopefully it can help anyone else that's trying to make beauty videos and is trying to pick between lenses. Hopefully this helps you, so whenever you do make a choice, you make a wise choice, something that you will be happy with, something that's going to give you the quality that you want. I obviously like beauty videos if you're here on my channel, so make sure you subscribe before you leave, and good luck.